Hello. Good afternoon from At the Table Life Coaching and Motivational Speaking Services. I'm Coach J. Diane Tribble, and today is an exceedingly exciting day here at the table. Why, you might ask? It is because today, March 31st, 2026, marks our 15th year of full time workplace ministry outside of the four walls of corporate America. It was 15 years ago that I said bye bye in that capacity so that I could run my business ministry full time outside of the four walls of corporate America. Now it has Looking back, it's been exciting. There have been many highs, but by the same token, there have been lows also. And as I have spent time today, in particular, just reflecting over the 15 years, it has been good. There have been key things that I have learned over these 15 years that I want to share with you today because I believe as I share them, there may be things in particular that will motivate you or inspire you where that dream, that desire, that thing that you know you want to do, this could be exactly what it will take to just help you to move forward in whatever that thing is. One thing, I'll start with number one as a learning lesson was the absolute importance of committing those things that I had in my heart to do to God. Because the word teaches us that when we commit our plans to the Lord, that is when our plans will prosper. Number two, something that I've learned in the process is when it comes to entrepreneurship, it is not for the faint at heart. I have really observed over these 15 years people that have started businesses, and it was kind of like crash and burn. Once you make up your mind that you're going to get out there and do it. Sticking to it is so important. And sticking to it will consist of the times when it's easy as well as the times when it's hard. Three would be the importance of taking care of yourself, making sure you're making yourself a priority so that you can present the best version of yourself. And that will be spiritually, physically, as well as mentally, making sure that each one of these areas are addressed in your life, not waiting until, for example, something physically to stop working properly or you're having challenges, but being on top of things so that things will not be found on top of you. Mentally, just making sure you're making your mental health and well being a priority. And of course, spiritually, making sure that that aspect of your life is a priority in your life. Take care of yourself. Four, which will go pretty much along with this one, would be the importance of doing your part in maintaining work and life balance. I found after leaving corporate America that in running a small business, many times it required more hours than hours that I spent in corporate America. Establishing a balance was so important, knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off, and doing as much as possible in keeping the two separate. Our self care that I spoke about a moment ago in taking care of yourself is what will help to bring that balance in work and life. The next one is to be persistent. Number five is about being persistent, being willing to put in the work, even when it's hard. Putting in the work, sticking to it, and working it long enough until it begins to work for you. Number six would be to exercise resilience. That's that bounce back ability, being of the mindset that you're going to get up when life knocks you down, when business deals, for example, do not work out, being willing to get up, to get moving again, making quitting a non negotiable is so important. Number 7 is realizing that conflicts are going to happen. They're part of life. They're going to happen, but so will resolutions. Get beyond the I give up state of mind so that you can see the fulfillment of that thing that you want to do, so that you can reach that place of just being victorious. Number 8 would be in business, the importance of establishing a financial funk fund. And you might ask there also, what is that? Well, when it comes to running your own business, you'll find that those paydays will not necessarily align the way they did when you were in corporate America. In other words, you got paid every 2 weeks. Well, when you're in business for yourself, the way your payments come in will more than likely look a little different. And what I'm saying with establishing this financial funk fund is when you go through those lucrative months, for example, be mindful of how you are managing the money so that when you hit those months where it may not be as lucrative, you will have money within the business to carry you through those months that are not as lucrative. Establish that fund. Get beyond just spending because you have it, and be a wise steward over the funds that you're bringing in. Let's go to the next one. Number 9 is the importance of managing your time and your stress levels. I have absolutely found that if I fail to manage my time will have a way of managing me. Throwing off that work and life balance that I talked about earlier. Not to mention stress. Stress is an area where we all probably need to get this area under control in our lives. Stress is one of those inevitable things, and even though it's inevitable, there are things that we can do in order to manage the stress that we may find ourselves under. Number 10 would be the importance of being assertive, being confident in yourself, speaking up, knowing what it is you need and communicating it, knowing what it is you can deliver, and being a man or woman of your word and delivering that thing is important. In being assertive, allowing your yes to be yes, allowing your no to be no, are things that come under this umbrella of being assertive. Be assertive. Number 10. Now, you know that my tagline is all about always being ready to invest in yourself. Well, in this one is the importance in investing in yourself as a lifelong learner so that you can add more value to others. Very important. The next one is to get organized. Not only get organized, but do everything within your power to maintain the organization. Do you know this may be key in reducing or minimizing stress? Another, number 13, would be to write standard operating procedures for every aspect of your business. Life happens to all of us. And imagine, and I don't want this to happen to anyone, but imagine being in a position where you're not able to offer your services due to an illness or due to a family emergency. However, there may be people that are waiting for your products or waiting for your service who would be able to operate in your place. That's where those standard operating procedures come in. Having things written down in a plain manner whereby someone can come behind you and follow the steps that you have established in driving the results, in providing the service or the products or mailing products, whatever the case may be. It is important to get those steps written down. The next one, number 14, that I want to share is the importance of being goal-minded. This would consist of establishing daily, weekly, quarterly, as well as annual goals. And I want to go a little further by saying establishing SMART goals, goals which are specific, measurable, obtainable, relevant, and time bound. When it comes to establishing those daily goals, it may consist of establishing a to-do list, something that I pretty much live by, whereby on a daily basis on this to-do list, I'll have things which must be done, need to be done, and I would like to see them be done in a given day. This could help you in being goal-minded as well as maintaining that organization. The final one that I want to share with you is REST, rest. Do you realize you do not always have to be doing something? Life presents those times when we really need to exercise the pause and give ourselves permission to rest. These are like key things that I have learned over these 15 years. I could make a video probably more than an hour with just specifics in a number of areas, but these are some things that I wanted to share with you as I'm giving you an opportunity to share with us here at the table for 15 prosperous years and successful years of providing services as well as products to our clients. And I am just so thankful. Thank you for watching the video. Freely leave a comment. Here's to your success. Go out with joy and be led forth in God's peace. This is J. Diane Tribble. Thank you.